Welcome everybody to the very first game of Starcross Cup 3. That's right, the tournament has begun. The administrative work is, for me, mostly over. Although I'm sure I will still have lots of things that I have to attend to as far as opponents randomly not showing up or whatever. But administrative work mostly done, and the tournament has finally kicked off, and I'm jumping into one of the many games that's being played. There will be hundreds of games of CO2 played today and posted to CO2.org that people will be able to investigate and study and see CO2 being played at the competitive level. And I thought, what better map to start this tournament on than Angoville? So all round 1 games are going to be played on Angoville. And here we are in Angoville. This match that I chose to jump into here is CookiezNCreem versus Stormless. CookiezNCreem playing as US Forces, Stormless playing as Oster, and he's already chosen Mechanized Assault, fielded 1 squad of Assault Grenadiers, and he's going to be playing largely for the right side here in the opening. Rear echelon troops making their way to the left to get that territory captured. CookiezNCreem is strategist. Thank you, Crossfire, for your $2 donation. Thank you very much appreciated. I hope you enjoy the tournament. CookiezNCreem, he is a strategist on CO2.org, so a lot of people probably familiar with his name. And Stormless, of course, is a well-known streamer, so I think both of these players are probably quite well known. In this particular tournament, they're seeded in roughly the 30s, a 60-some person tournament. And I think the total number of participants that actually checked in and are in the brackets is around 45, so something like that. So quite a few players actually received buys in this tournament. I wanted to scale things up from Starcross Cup 2, which is a 32-person tournament. This one's really only just a little tiny bit bigger, since I did operate with a rather short sign-up period. But in spite of that, we have some really exciting participants in this tournament. Some really big names have signed up, including, of course, both finalists from Starcross Cup 2, Jeslyn and Paul, are here. Unfortunately, some of the really big contenders from Starcross Kings were not able to make it into the signups, notably OMG Pop and Captain Price, who had an excellent showing during Starcross Kings, both of them. Really good performance during that tournament. Unfortunately, we're not able to make it for Starcross Cup 3 this weekend. They were busy. So that's a little bit disappointing, but that certainly should not diminish the quality of this tournament by any means. There's some huge names in this tournament, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the games in later rounds. I think it should be really interesting. As for this game, CookiezNCreem seems to not really be taking control of anything over here on the right side particularly effectively. Stormless doing a good job of managing these urban engagements with the tools Mechanized Assault provides. This Assault Grenadier squad doing good work for him. This Flamethrower doing good work for him. Rear echelon troops, however, have taken the entire left unopposed. So it's good that Stormless has managed to get all this territory pretty under control over here. But, yeah, he definitely needs to try and send a squad over here to the left to try and get some of that under control if he can. At least at some point. Maybe send some flamethrower piles, send something. But until he chooses to do so, at the very least, he does have a pretty good hold on the right here. Smoke just got researched by CookiezNCreem. He's going to try and make something happen there. He's also gone Lieutenant tier. Ambulance in production next, rather than an M20 or other form of light vehicle. Smoke will convince Stormless to leave that building and pull back to a slightly safer position. And Assault Grenadiers are going to start working on trying to take back some territory here on the left. Rear echelon troops have thrown up a fighting position to protect the fuel, so Cookies may be able to hold on to that for some time. Riflemen continue launching smoke grenades to cover their advance through the center, while territory gets captured here in the southeast. Grenade into the house, but he's taking a lot of damage. Throws a grenade to inflict manpower bleed, but not much of anything else. Maybe hope for a lucky squad wipe, and gets away with only 1 model lost. Having taken extremely high damage, he will be able to, however, prevent any further manpower bleed since his ambulance is on the field. Another frag over here on the right, but it doesn't look like it really did anything. Stormless is going to need some healing himself from a medical bunker soon.
HMG here.
Ambulance healing up these squads of infantry over here on the right side. Needs to rotate rifles in and out of the building to keep the healing going and try to prevent any further losses. These grenadiers are going to be forced to retreat soon. They should retreat immediately to try and avoid bleeding too much manpower or just getting wiped. They're going to get wiped this late retreat. He may survive. Oh man, those riflemen should have kept up that chase. I think they might have. They only needed like 1 or 2 more shots. Looks like 1 shot from a wipe right there. Another squad of grenadiers also forced to retreat. Scout car has to keep kiting away those vet riflemen to avoid taking an anti-tank rifle grenade. Teller mine going down here in the road. And the assault grenadiers are going to struggle against that fighting position. No machine gun upgrade. He does pop volley fire though to suppress them should they try and get too close. And we'll take the engagement. They'll be forced away. They take only 1 loss, so not too much manpower lost right there. They'll have to heal though. Still no medic bunker from Stormless. He's probably going to think about throwing that up now. There it is. And he's got 60 munitions to upgrade that as well. The rest of his munitions going into a Teller mine, flamethrower, and 222 upgrade. So spreading his munitions out. Some nice utility purchases. CookiezNCreem has, however, notably not gone with the light vehicle. Just an ambulance. No M20, no AA half-track. So he's actually probably just going to go straight for Sherman, and he's going to get to it pretty quickly, having controlled the left side fuel all game and the right side fuel back and forth, going in and out of his control. This guy burrowed into the dirt. That looks so silly.
It's secure. Get ready for action. Steady up.
Like a Zergling.
Sure. Okay, on your feet. Our riflemen now have access to flamethrowers to smoke.
And that 50 cal should help him hold the right side fuel and get that Sherman out that much quicker. Rifle company just got selected. He has not fielded any vet riflemen. He just chose that commander just now. But he will, now that at 3 command points, have access to the flamethrower. Grenade on the MG42. Almost wipes it, but it will be able to survive. Meanwhile, taking advantage of his opponent's smoke to advance up upon this MG, or this 50 cal. Kind of sprinted in a suboptimal way right there. Probably shouldn't have done it quite like that. Sprinted straight into the arc rather than north of the arc of fire, but this 222 will easily win that engagement and return control of the right side fuel to Stormless, so good use of his scout car right there. And we're actually going to see Captain Tier, Rifle Company, Lieutenant and Captain Tier, which means he's not rushing out a tank. I really thought that he was going to go Sherman. Sherman would have been a really nice thing to have against the scout car opening from his opponent, but apparently not. There is 1 AT gun over here on the right side, so Stormless has prepared for that tank a little. I'm kind of surprised by this decision. He's going to go Captain Tier into a pack howitzer, try and crack Stormless's defenses that way with long-range indirect fire rather than a tank, and conserve his fuel for, I guess, easy 8s. Meanwhile, Stormless has actually re-diverted his scout car away from the left or the right, sends it over here towards the left to take out this fighting position, and he'll be able to destroy that soon. CookiezNCreem is setting up a big push for the right side now. Stormless' next tier 2 unit is going to be this Panzer Grenadier squad, making its way to the right, and he may be able to hold this position once those Panzer Grenadiers arrive, but the fact that he's losing building control is really going to hurt him in his attempt to defend this area. He does have 1 flamethrower on the field. That's the only tool he has to maintain building control, so if that squad is forced to retreat or focus fire down by that flamethrower over there on his flank, that could be extremely problematic. First squad about to fall low right here. Needs to think about retreating. Pack gets a lucky snipe on the rifle squad, but it's not enough to turn the engagement, and those grenadiers have to retreat. flamethrower falling low next. Those grenadiers might get wiped. Riflemen on their retreat path, and a captain available for this engagement as well. Oh, sniped with the bazooka. Grenadier squad goes down. Panzer Grenadier squad has already been forced off the field. Needs some reinforcement and healing, or repairs on his scout car as well. There goes the flamethrower, which means he has no way to secure building control except his assault grenades. They're very expensive though, 45 munitions for that ability. So he's probably going to be forced to just brute force the captain from this building with superior numbers. And he is successful in convincing CookiezNCreem to disengage right there. And the pack howitzer has arrived over here. That'll be a pretty effective tool for bombarding these houses slowly. And a steward is in production. I am quite surprised to see lieutenant into 50 cal, into captain tier, into pack howitzer, into steward. That is not the build order I was expecting this game. So, I'm curious to see how it's going to work out for him. That 13-minute steward will be a nice tool against Stormless scout car, for sure. And it'll be a nice thing to have when the Stoogies starts arriving. The Stoogies start arriving. Pack howitzer bombarding over here on the right side. And this big push by CookiezNCreem looks like it's going to succeed. Oh, that was a nice rifle grenade, though. Forces that retreat. Here comes the Stug-E from Stormless. If he can get some lucky wipes, maybe he can salvage this engagement. There goes that one. Flamethrower pops and the squad goes down. I don't know if CookiezNCreem traded very well during this. It looks like Stormless's squads are all going to get away alive. Maybe. I'm actually not sure how many Grens he started with, but I'm pretty sure that engagement went in his favor. At least one rifle squad wiped. That ambulance goes down, and that pack howitzer goes down. This could be disastrous. There's no AT gun on the field yet. Where did his steward go? Did he not finish purchasing it, or is it dead? I guess he canceled it, and now he's repurchasing it again. That was kind of a weird decision by him. Oh no, he did make one, and yeah, it died. I have no idea how it died. I completely missed that. Alright then. Where? Oh, it hit the teller mine over here. That's what happened. Wow, nice teller mine. Very nice play by Stormless, taking out that steward before I even noticed it. So CookiezNCreem will throw a new one on the field. Fresh steward on the field. That is so much fuel. That is a full Easy 8's worth of fuel cranked into Stewart, so he better try and get some return on that investment. Pushing with infantry is going to be tough. He is splitting up and attacking from lots of different flanks simultaneously, so that's good. It means that Stug-E will have to choose the direction to face and won't be able to take out any super tight clumps of infantry. There's a smoke grenade to cover his Stewart's advance. Shell shock. The AT gun is still cleared. He stuns the Stug, I think. Shell shock ends before he can get another shot off. He will begin circle strafing over here, but he needs to keep moving. He just stopped. Why would he stop? Probably went to go micro some other unit. He had to save that rifle squad and his lieutenant during that engagement, and that Stewart just dove into an engagement he could not win, and it was targeting the Stug rather than the armored car, which it probably could have killed. Although that would have been a terrible trade, but at least it would have been a trade instead of losing his Stewart for no reason. That's 2 Stewarts down the drain for nothing. And that's really going to hurt his late game. So much fuel. All of Cookie's infantry has been rounded up and forced to retreat. The fighting position been destroyed a while ago on the left, and Stormless finally feels comfortable sending a squad of infantry to harass the left. I feel like he might lose that. Stormless, what are you doing? Run away! Oh my god, he just lost a Gren squad to sitting AFK in front of a 50 cal. Whoops, that was a clumsy mistake. That was probably a mistake he could afford, though. He has so much fuel in the bank right now. He's growing in map control. He's going to force his opponent to split his forces and weaken his pushes for the right side. This pack howitzer has done nothing, partially due to not exactly great positioning, and partially due to just not having targets. Hasn't been firing that frequently. CookiezNCreem hasn't been doing that great of a job of maintaining vision for it. Make sure that it's constantly shooting, trying to get some lucky wipes. Maximize the chance of that happening. 2 squads sent left to get this territory back under control will leave CookiezNCreem pretty weak over here on the right side. Just 2 squads of infantry, the pack howitzer. Oh no, 3 squads of infantry, his minesweeper. That Stug E pretty much has free reign to just do as it pleases over here. There's not really anything that can counter it except for the captain squad. If he busts through this wall and creates some line of sight for his assault gun. Wow, just one shot at the pack howitzer. Wow, that was ridiculous. He gets caught on the point a little bit, but as long as he doesn't suffer engine damage, he should be fine. Gets well clear of the captain's bazooka range. As long as he keeps backpedaling, that's safety. He should be alright. White phosphorus coming in on the Stug E to cover an advance from these infantry, making its way up from the southwest. Riflemen on the north flank. Get an AT grenade off on that Stug. It will suffer engine damage. The captain's not vet 3 yet, so he can't sprint into close range, but Stormless doesn't really have a whole lot of time to lose on getting that Stug to safety. Captain is moving around the left flank if he makes it into this building, or otherwise gets into pretty close range on that Stug. It's pretty much dead. Scout car's gonna try and bring him low, and Panzer Grenadiers in the retreat path will convince CookiezNCreem to retreat, so that push is shut down and the Stug is preserved narrowly. Nice attempt. Thought he was gonna get it for a second there. AT gun's moving up to protect and scream here. That Stug's not going to reveal itself anytime in the near future, though. Meanwhile, Cookies is taking control of most of the left with this rifle squad and a lieutenant. And CookiezNCreem has gathered enough CPs to start throwing easy 8s onto the field. But it's going to take some time. To get the manpower together. He has not gone major tier, and against mechanized assault, easy 8s at this point are probably the better decision than any tier 4 units, except for maybe a Jackson, because the Tigers are going to be arriving very soon. AC gun pulling back a little bit. Pack howitzer's been recovered. Not sure who's going to win this. Probably the riflemen. Vet 2 on those riflemen. They have full health. Assault Grenadiers will not even try. Plus, there's the first easy 8 making its way left. To solidify a hold on the left side, maybe get these strategic points back. Ambulance healing up some infantry over here on the right.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Teller mine going down on the fuel. Ooh. I think that's the first good shot I've seen that pack howitzer make all game. Yep, 1 kill. Well, since being recruited, 2 kills. 50 cal will leave the building. There's the Tiger. Tiger's on the field. And it's gonna get pretty hard for Cookies from this point forward. He certainly cannot afford to hit any more Teller mines. If he hits a Teller mine with that Easy 8, we're probably looking at GG. And he didn't get any mines of his own. He did go Lieutenant tier, but he did not take M20. Now would probably be a good time if he can get the manpower together and throw some mines down, particularly over here on the left side while he has a really nice aggressive hold. You could put some mines in really aggressive locations over there on the left, and if he does so, maybe convince Stormless to hit one with his Tiger. He could bring the fuel game back into balance, because he's quite behind at this point. One Easy 8 against a Stugi and a Tiger is a bad situation to be in, especially if the Stug has target weak point, because, I mean, it doesn't really have that much firepower against tanks with its normal shot, but this can easily turn an engagement, a tank engagement. So Easy 8 already struggles against the Tiger as it is. And since Stormless has such a firm hold on the right side, it's going to be very important for CookiezNCreem to somehow coax Stormless into making a crucial mistake with his armor. Try and turn the victory point situation back around. Assault Grenadiers will win that engagement. I'm not sure it's being monitored. There he goes. Retreats just in time. Similarly, Grenadiers have to retreat just barely in time. Lieutenant should wrap up that squad. That's an easy wipe. So could have killed that. Lieutenant going oddly deep. And Stugi doesn't really need to kite the Lieutenant since they don't have the AT grenade, but whatever. Stormless needs to keep these infantry squads moving over here on the left. Smoke being deployed here by these riflemen, although I'm not sure what CookiezNCreem is trying to do. Doesn't seem to have a very coordinated plan to get back control of the right side, just trying to move up this one AT gun. Maybe plink away at that Tiger if he can get vision. The only tools as rifle company he has for vision right now, with his Stuart's dead, meaning he has no scout vehicles, are rifle flares, which are kind of expensive. And there we go, now he's got Vet 1 on his AT gun, so he can secure vision for himself with take aim. Ooh, just threw armor-piercing rounds on. That was weird. That might have been a misclick. Probably meant to use take aim. I don't know why he did that.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Reinforcements complete.
Flamethrower retreats over there. Rifles moving around this flank. Grenadiers doing some light harassment of the left side again, further splitting CookiezNCreem up, forcing him to respond. The Easy 8's not a great counter-harassment unit because it doesn't have very much wipe potential the way the regular Sherman does.
We are losing a sector.
Rifle grenade will get dodged. Stormless still has a very firm hold on the right side. CookiezNCreem will try and stop the victory point bleed, going for the victory point's capture circle right there now. There is a Stugi and a Tiger available to engage over here, but I guess he's a little too afraid of that AT gun. Over here on the left side, Assault Grenadiers will be forced away in this engagement. Doing some pretty good damage to that Lieutenant, but they can't win this, especially now that they just got sniped by that bazooka. There they go. Easy 8 and rear echelons taking territory over here, and there's a second Easy 8 now, but Stormless will have a second Tiger pretty soon, and when he does, it's going to be extreme. It's going to get harder and harder for CookiezNCreem to outpace him for tank production, especially if he keeps losing control of the left side fuel point.
sector.
Stormless looks like he is going to get back control of the right side. Rifle grenade into this house does basically nothing, but Cookies and Cream will retreat anyway. He doesn't want to bleed any manpower and just wants to get that healed up. He is kind of suffering from manpower quite a bit, largely in part because of the Stuggy, which actually only has 13 kills. I guess that's not that many. Tiger's only got 2. Scout Car has 9. Both EZ8s are making their way left, and if they decide to go for the Annihilation victory, it's going to take some time. 3 EZ8s probably has a better chance, especially if there's still only 1 Tiger on the field. He would have to destroy these 3 structures to get Annihilation victory. These go down pretty quick. The HQ takes some time, though. Stormless has 2 AT guns. He'd probably be able to mobilize a counter for the Annihilation victory, so I don't think Cookies and Cream has a very realistic possibility of managing that. Not until he masses maybe 3, maybe even 4 tanks. And he would have to keep Stormless occupied on the right side with his infantry forces as well.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Shot over! Shot out!
Looks like Stormless is gonna move to actually prevent the Annihilation victory here on the left side, positioning this AT gun in his base, just to be safe. Doesn't want to get caught off guard. He senses the general threat of the EZ8s over here on the left side. He just wants to be careful, but they're mostly just idle for now. Cookie's doing his best to basically just not even use them. He's just massing them. Doesn't put them in any dangerous engagements or utilize them in the manpower game at all. He just doesn't have any realistic expectation of being able to kill that Tiger right now. Oh, that building's so close to collapse. Whoa, what just got wiped right there? Something with bazooka. Oh, the Captain squad. Captain just got wiped. I think the Stuggy killed it. Another rifle squad is going to get forced to retreat over here on the left as well. And every time Cookies and Cream makes a light attempt at territory harassment, it costs him dearly. That rifle squad barely even escapes. Stormless trying to go for the wipe will expose himself to armor-piercing rounds. There goes that pack howitzer. Stuggy might go down here, though, if that thing would just fire. There it is. Stuggy gets destroyed. He exposed that to damage for too long, and Cookies and Cream sees an opportunity. He's going to try and follow up here. Changed his mind. I don't know. I feel like he probably could have killed that Tiger right there. There's only 1 AT gun available to support, and now is the best opportunity he was going to get. Second Tiger's on the field now. He should have gone in on that. Those Panzer Grenadiers scared him away. They didn't even have Panzer Shreks. Here comes the second Tiger now. They still have a pretty decent health reserve. They're going to go in hard. Wiping that rear echelon troop squad first. Looks like they get away, barely. And the AT gun still having its veterancy is a pretty big win for Cookies and Cream here. He takes out the Stuggy, gets that AT gun out with Vet 2. If he gets the gun repaired and can use it at maximum range with armor-piercing rounds, it'll be a nice addition to his arsenal. If he can get it Vet 3, that would be the best. Ooh, he just destroyed the pack howitzer. I wonder if he did that on purpose. I think so. He needs to get that clear of those Tigers, though. So trying to move to protect with infantry. And Stormless doesn't like it. He's going to pull back to safety. He's also going to harass a little bit of territory here on the left side of his flamethrower. EZ8s are fully repaired here on the left side. The map is looking pretty much the same as it has been this entire game. Cookies and Cream repeatedly getting pushed out of the right and slowly being harassed over here on the left. A third EZ8 will arrive soon. The Stuggy being dead helps a little, but 2 Tigers is still a lot of anti-infantry firepower. So those riflemen are going to get bled hard on every advance. Losing those 2 bazookas kind of hurts too. It's not that big of a deal, but bazookas are kind of pretty okay versus EZ8s if they can get enough shots off during an engagement, fire like twice or 3 times. Pretty alright. And if anything, it's given those assault grenadiers a way to scale into the late game. And they're normally not useful for much of anything at this point in the game, so now they actually have some sort of anti-tank utility.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Fresh captain has been fielded. He makes his way to the left side, try and gets more territory under control. CookiezNCreem continues to simply mass. EZ8's, wait, where'd all of his fuel go? Is he going major? Yeah, he just queued up a major. Interesting. Maybe he wants the forward retreat point. Or maybe he wants a Jackson. Both of those things could prove very useful. So he will unlock all 3 of his officers this game. Which, while inefficient, certainly there's nothing wrong with doing that. Trying to adapt to his situation as well as he can. That AT gun is just doing great work this game. Vet 3 now. Chipping away at those Tigers. Good use of the rifleman's flare as well to secure vision when necessary. AT gun pulling back to safety. These 2 squads moving up to try and assist here in the middle. They've got a little bit of green cover they can utilize here, but need to be mindful of those rifle grenades. I don't know what that squad's doing. Stormless has had pretty good vehicle preservation this game too. Scout car's still alive, Vet 3 on that. The only vehicle he's lost is his Stug E, which he drove straight into an AT gun. But his Tigers are doing alright. Getting repaired over there. And Scout car's still being alive is definitely nice. He can use it to scout, give himself vision, knowledge, harassment of the left and right sides. It's a good thing to keep alive, especially the spot for AT guns. Stormless does have 2 of right now. Getting a little more aggressive with his AT gun placement over here on the left. And continues to simply hold ground on the right with his 2 Tigers. Major's not going to be able to do anything. So I guess Cookies does not intend to use the Major for a forward retreat point, or at least not yet. I think he's just going to go Jackson. That's what it looks like anyway. A Jackson and 2 EZ8s will be a pretty strong force with which to take on 2 Tigers, and I'm curious what Stormless is going to do with the rest of his fuel. If he just goes to a 3rd Tiger, he might leave himself struggling for PopCap. He might consider going tier 4 for Panthers, which are much more PopCap efficient as you make it past the 45-minute mark than Tigers, because you really need to free up your PopCap.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And he's at 96 of 100 right now. He won't have a way to spend his manpower or fuel other than tech, so there's not really any reason not to do that if he continues to trade cost effectively. Looks like Stormless is gonna get aggressive. No! I wonder if that was a fully repaired gun. Probably not. That went down so quick. That was Vet 3, and he didn't have enough stuff in front of it to protect it. That was such a useful tool for CookiezNCreem to have, and now it's just gone in one volley. That is tragic. But he has a bigger gun, and this one has wheels now. Jackson on the field. Hopefully he'll be able, if he gets that one thing to Vet 3, that'll be even 100 times more useful than the American AT gun was.
Artillery barrage at your command. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Looks like Cookies is going to continue to just working the left side. He's got a lot of squads healing and reinforcing in the base. Jackson is being sent left to try and help. Tigers are not moving to assist in that engagement. Stormless is just going to make a full retreat when those EZ8s pressure him off the field. Major will move to get the fuel, and Lieutenant will move to get the strategic point. And the Jackson is available over here to engage.
We are losing a sector.
And I still, by the way, think that an M20 mine would work wonders for Cookies and Cream. Although Stormless is clearly reluctant to move his Tigers from this spot on the right as he continues to just hold this area, keep the resources coming in, and then do light harassment of the left. And most of Cookie's forces are just idle in his base, which is why he's struggling on the left a little bit. He needs to keep more of his units moving and active, especially to harass these territories, which Stormless isn't that aggressively placed right outside of Cookie's base. He's not trying to base lock him, he's just trying to maintain a presence over here. Captain's jumping in the building. Very minor damage to the Tiger, which is going to pull to a distance. Riflemen are going to take advantage of this opportunity to get some territory over here. Rear echelon troops moving to do the same. Big engagement for the left simultaneously. That scout car might go down here. Panzer Grenadiers have to retreat immediately. Here comes the Panzer Faust. Ooh, nice hit from the EZ-8 though. Nice recovery by Stormless. He gets that Panzer Shrek instead of letting it fall into his opponent's hands, but his Panzer Grenadier squad does get wiped. Cookies and Cream will get out of his tank to perform minor repairs. And meanwhile, over here, the Tiger has forced the captain. Wow. That building has taken a beating. Forced the captain to retreat from that building, which is somehow still standing. And a lot of infantry was pushed away from the right side by the two Tigers, but a little bit of territory harassment will give Cookies and Cream a little bit more victory point time, and he is still in the lead by a small margin. Taking control of the left side, but loses control of the right once again. AT guns available over here, firing at that EZ-8. Lieutenant may need to retreat soon. Stormless being over here on the left side now with this one Tiger is going to make things quite a bit harder for Cookies and Cream, but he does take out a mechanized assault group right there. Smoke being deployed on one AT gun. There is another one available for this engagement, though. That EZ-8's falling dangerously low, but just barely gets clear of everything's arc of fire and should be able to pull back for repairs. And the Jackson is slowly vetting up with the shots that it is managing to take. Tiger dives into the US base and destroys the EZ-8. This could be catastrophic. There goes the ambulance as well. This could be a lot of wipes if he doesn't spread out and do something about this or somehow react. Jackson moves to try and push that Tiger away, try and trade. Should try and damage its engine. He's got a lot of rifle grenade potential here, but he's too busy microwaving that Jackson. Two consecutive shots connect. Tiger shot misses. There is an EZ-8 available on the flank of this Tiger, and AT gun support is a little far away. Another shot penetrates. Shot from the EZ-8 also penetrates. I think this Tiger's gonna go down. Jackson needs to get clear though. There it goes. EZ-8 is abandoned in exchange. Jackson is in range to destroy it, but losing two EZ-8s for one Tiger isn't a very great trade. It's okay, but he's also lost a ton of infantry. He's lost his ambulance. And he's in a lot of trouble. He's also losing all of his territory, so not a good situation for Cookies and Cream to be in right now.
Pack crew is ready. This sector belongs to the Reich. Ready. We are losing a sector. Enemy is taking our
Since
territory.
Stormless has moved all of his forces to the left side of the map, it opens up an opportunity for CookiezNCreem to get some territory back over here on the right with what infantry he does have remaining. His Tiger, or no, the Easy 8. The stolen Easy 8 is making its way back into Stormless base for some repairs. How much pop cap is that? 14. Kind of a lot, honestly, but compared to the Tiger, which is 24, it's a nice thing to have in his arsenal. He'll be able to take on the Jackson with this, I think. So that's having a really mobile medium tank to hunt and kill the Jackson is definitely beneficial. No doubt about that. Jackson hit a mine over here? I think the Jackson hit a mine over here. Kind of lucky that Stormless was not available to follow up on that, and the Jackson will receive some repairs. The full health Tiger moves to engage these riflemen, which are gonna die if they don't retreat. There they go. Tiger moving on the flank of that Jackson. That Jackson's so exposed. Move! Oh no! It's dead. Oh man, gun destroyed. It gets a miracle. I don't think he's gonna get clear in time. That was a way late reaction. Way too late of a reaction to that Tiger. And the Jackson goes down. Didn't pull that back to a safe location. He is attempting to trade an AT gun here in the north. He'll clear the AT gun. There's still another AT gun available right here, but CookiezNCreem has lost all of his armor and doesn't seem to have any way to secure this AT gun in the north. Loses a full rifle squad. Captain's about to get wiped. I think Cookies has lost the game. 2 Tigers on the field and he has no further armor, and there it is. GG. CookiezNCreem loses to Stormless in game 1 of the series. Hopefully we'll be able to jump into game 2. I kind of want to keep following this one. So short break while I look for the next game to cast.
Trucks ready to deploy. Rifle squad ready for action.
Okay.
Nuts. We got orders coming. Knock it off and listen up.